Finally, over here on the right, this is the number of maneuvers that can be found in the map data. Now, what is a maneuver? To explain that, I need to go again over here. If we look at this intersection here, that's where we were yesterday with when we were driving and capturing that video. So here you are allowed, these are basically the maneuvers, these signs. You are only allowed to turn left here on this lane. You are allowed to drive straight or turn left on this lane. But what you're not allowed to do is you're not allowed to turn right here. If you want to turn right, you have to take this lane and do this. So these are the maneuvers, and to visualize that we can look into our detour editor where we are able to change those maneuvers. So here we are looking at the same intersection, so we're looking this way, so that's the perspective that we're looking at, and here you can see that this maneuver is not allowed, and this information comes from the map data. And they say this is the information that our routing system, our navigation system has to consider and say if you want to go from here to there, then you have to take this path. You are not allowed to do this unless, of course, you're using maptrip detour, you're the police or somebody, and then you can do that, then that is allowed. And that is also something that is not captured as much in OpenStreetMap as in the other two providers, because obviously for TomTom and here that is a very crucial information because navigation and route planning depends on that. That's why they have a complete set of maneuvers there, and OpenStreetMap doesn't. Now if you look closely, don't be confused by this number being so much higher than that number. That doesn't mean that one of the two providers is better than the other. They just, one of them just artificially creates additional maneuvers to make it simpler for people like us, the software developers, to find their way through the data. The quality of both providers is the same, but what you should look at is there's 185,000 here in OpenStreetMap and 276 or 77,000 in the commercial provider, and that number is much higher here. In other countries, as you will see, like here in Chechnya, that ratio is even more in favor of the commercial providers.